Good afternoon, you two. Old Rusty here again today to talk about seafood, cooked cod, and cooked salmon. The last two cooked food items, I had to finish out the collection. It's seafood. It's not bad. At least I thought it was going to be bad, but it's actually kind of fun if you want to go to some ridiculousness. So today we're going to talk about fish for a little bit, and the fun ways to get them and cook them without wasting precious fuel or using a silly campfire, by using silly mob mechanics instead. So as I'm sure everyone's aware, fish spawn in water. Obviously this presents a little bit of a problem. When you want to cook them, they have to be on fire. Those two things typically don't go together very well. So what I've got here is a 19 by 19 grid of soul sand. This very center is a solid block going up to support scaffolding. Fish have very specific, let's not even say specific, have unique spawn characteristics. They'll only spawn between 53 and Y level 64, and they have to be within 12 blocks of the player and no more than 32 or they'll despawn. What that means is it's got a shorter range for spawning and more limited characteristics that we can take advantage of. So what we have here is Y level 64 is where the lowest block is for the water source within the spawn in. Because we want to control where they spawn. More importantly, we want to control how far they move. And what we have going on here is 10 to 12 water source blocks of bubbles. Why? Because it launches them up fast enough to overcome the air block where the scaffolding is. Now, of course, scaffolding's one way, so once they're up here, they can't really do anything else. But then if we look, I mean, they're flopping around, but they're dying. That's no good. So we've done something a little different. We've done this. What we have going on here is about 20 dispensers on each side being fed by snow golems. Every time the dispensers fire, I break the pistons fire and break a snow block. And this is really good because then what happens is each one of those hoppers feeds its own and it just replaces itself. And of course, because I made this so large because I wasn't paying attention, I had to put them on both sides. And well, the end result is basically fish hell. They get popped up, they're flopping around, oh, I guess they're not in water anymore. And before they suffocate, we just catch them on fire and we help them along. And the best part is there's no children involved in this one. There's no silly little mobs we gotta worry about. Every dead fish is a cooked fish. And then of course, I just have hopper minecarts running around in this whole thing. It's a little big, I'll admit that. I probably would have built it smaller, but you know what? I like the way it looks. A lot of carts, and we just keep shooting over and over again, every other second, and it bakes them. And they can't even help it, like it's not even a thing here. They catch on fire, they burn. Look at Mr. Salmon go. Oh no. What are we gonna do? But wait, what about squid? Well, yeah, AFK right in the middle here. And all that soul sand, there's no room for squid. Why a frozen ocean? Simple, I'm lazy. The frozen ocean means I don't have to spawn proof anything because the ice already did it for me. Quick little etho hopper clock running back and forth with 4 items in it. And I just cook everything. And don't worry, the flaming snowballs never do any damage to the minecarts. They'll never break. And I just keep firing and cooking. Let's talk rates. This is just a couple of minutes worth. Over an hour period, you can expect about 24 stacks of cooked cod and about 5.5 to 6 stacks of cooked salmon. Because, well, salmon spawn at 1/4 the rate of cod in a frozen ocean. And then, of course, you'll also get 6 stacks of bones. So, is cooked cod the best? No. What about cooked salmon? Not at all. Is bone meal useful? I mean, yeah, but not to eat. I can't eat this. But it's fine. Why did we build this? Because I needed to finish the cooked foods. Now, I will admit, I was disappointed. For a little bit, I thought polar bears, they drop cod and salmon, and they do. But you know what? When you light them on fire, they're raw. It doesn't matter. I even tried it with Guardians. Guardians, it's raw. The only mob that's going to drop you cooked fish when it's on fire, besides fish, is dolphins. And don't get me wrong, I think we can all say that I would definitely farm dolphins. I am a psychopath. I am a psychopathic monster. But they don't drop the cooked salmon. And it's not practical, because if I'm going to have a cooked fish farm, what am I going to say? Oh yeah, I do everything but salmon? No. Is this delicious? Ugh, I guess it's healthy. It's better than golden carrots. It's not as good as rabbit. I mean, it's definitely not mud. But Old Rusty's, I don't even know what to call this. Like, if you want cooked fish and salmon, use a bunch of soul sand. Eat those fish into the air and then just have a flaming fireballs of death. It's fun. It's funny. Cooked meat. I've done all of them. Old Rusty out.